Hey, welcome to day 11 of the 30-day scalable telematics challenge. Today, I want to talk about something very important, something I'm super excited to always share, is how to use telematics data to improve driver behavior. Remember, I always mention that telematics is not just about location. You can use telematics to drive a culture among your drivers so that you can know your green band drivers, your red band drivers, and your amber band drivers. Now, your trackers sees everything your drivers won't admit. And so therefore, as a fleet manager, as a fleet operator or business owner, you need to use that power to shape performance, not just because you want to punish them, but because you want to shape a culture of performance, right? So let me say this so that at least you get this very clearly. Telematics is more about monitoring. It's more than just monitoring vehicles. It's a behavioral correction system. It is not to punish drivers. It is to improve a system and change a culture, create a cultural shift. So your system captures overspeeding, right? It captures idling, harsh braking, road diversion, late deliveries. All of these points back to driver habits. And most businesses ignore this data. But you can start using that data to coach your drivers, to give them incentives of excellence and reduce risks. For example, if a vehicle is overspeeding, that's a potential accident about to happen. So what drives driver behavior? And what driver behavior telematics can track? What are the behaviors? It can track overspeeding. I think the standard in Nigeria is 60 kilometers per hour for trucks. For vehicles, it's 100. For buses, they have all those parameters. You want to check and make sure there's a culture of driving and not overspeeding. You want to track excess idling. That speaks to costs for you. You want to check acceleration, harsh braking. You want to check route diversion. You want to track late deliveries or early shutdown. You want to check fuel theft patterns, right? Because that also links to driver behavior. You want to check the device tampering behavior or disconnections or wire removals or battery disconnections. I had the opportunity to sit in meetings, and one of the things we use is that data just speaks. Data removes argument or denial. This is the data, right? And it allows for pattern recognition. So, for example, a driver overspeeds every Monday. The data is there. Why do you always overspeed every Monday? What do you need to correct about that behavior? Then it enables targeted coaching, not just generic warnings, and then it drives accountability. Now, how do you then use data practically? Let me just give you the guide you can use now. Just set driver scorecards with visible KPIs. And then you need to hold weekly or monthly driver review meetings to review this data. And then you need to reward improvement. For example, most on-time trips, you reward that. But this on-time trips reward must be within the parameters of safety, right? And then you need to address reoccurring bad behavior with coaching or consequences. These are use the data. Let me give you a bonus tip. It is important to share visuals from telematics dashboards with your drivers because seeing their own graph builds awareness fast. So they know that whatever they do is being watched and is being tracked and is being rewarded. Now, the best drivers aren't the ones with the fastest trips, but the ones who build trust on every mile. So we are not just, you should not be interested in a driver delivering very fast and he just broke all the laws, he was overspeeding, he was doing excessive idling and all of those things. No, it has to be within the parameters that is set within your business culture. So remember the quote again, the best drivers aren't the ones with the fastest trips, no, but the ones who build trust on every mile. So that person you think is the best driver in your operations, pick that person, just one driver, and then review their last 3 trips. Identify one behavior to praise and one behavior to correct.